Hi, I'm Jennet Ingle. I am the happiest musician. If you are watching this on YouTube, please go ahead and click subscribe for me. And of course, if you are listening to this in your podcast app, please make sure that you are subscribed to Crushing Classical so that you always know when I drop a new episode. And it becomes easier for other people to find my channel and to become themselves happier musicians. Thank you. I hope that you are planning to attend my upcoming free workshop, Successful Careers Are Made in the Summer. And if you didn't know about it, check out the link in the show notes or in the YouTube caption. And if you are planning to be there, fantastic. And if you can't be there live, but you want the replay, also please register for free because it would be a treat to get to speak with you and work with you and help you to devise your plan for summer 2025. I wanted to talk today about the way I think about the pillars of the portfolio career. I talk often about these, I think, but maybe I sort of gloss over them. I talk about the pillars of your time, managing your time, owning your own time. I talk about being able to uncap your income, to not be restricted to the amount of money your employer has negotiated with you, but to be able to create more income at will, really, by helping people within your own career. And the pillar of artistic fulfillment. Sometimes the work that we do to bring in the money is just work. Sometimes I show up for a concert and it's all Strauss waltzes. It's just work, and I do the job and I get paid for the job. But sometimes I get to create the kind of work that really lights me up. I get to decide to write a book, like my book, The Happiest Musician. I get to create a group program where I can teach about the oboe or about portfolio careers in the way that feels the most gratifying and the most enjoyable for me, because there is a room full of people who are engaging in the topic that I am so excited about. And honestly, we know this, right? That music is not an easy way to earn a living. But if you are the kind of creative person who can't stop, who always wants to make the music and requires the stimulation of creativity in your life, how can you make your portfolio career work for you? Of course, there are a million different ways this can be. The number of people that I bring on my podcast and speak with on this podcast is testament to that. No two people are making their living in exactly the same way. Everybody's portfolio looks different because every person is different. The way the money is actually coming in, the way my guests are able to manage their own time to have the creativity space that they want, to have the amount and level of busyness that they want, to create things out in the world, to find their audience and their niche and serve people. And of course, the creative projects they are building for themselves, whether those are monetized projects or whether they are passion projects exclusively for the exploration and the joy of making that music. Regardless, everyone's portfolio is their own, everyone's path is their own. If you, like many of us, have a wildly different schedule in the summer, when school ends, when the lessons you have been teaching become more and more sparse, when the orchestras go on hiatus, or when the music festivals start to pick up and you spend half of your summer traveling to far distant locales to make not that much money, but some money during the summer, or whether the summer is a time for you of continued work and effort because your job is a year-round job, because your orchestra is a year-round orchestra. Whatever your summer holds looking forward, I think that there is an opportunity there is a change of pace with the longer days, with the brighter sun here in the Northern Hemisphere. There is a change in the way things feel and in the way we use our time. Almost always, almost for everybody. And it is worth it to spend some time right now thinking about how do you want next year on the other side of this summer to be different, and how can you use this summer to accomplish that? I like to really look at those three lenses. How is the money situation? How is it working for you now? How is your portfolio career serving you? Are you making the money that you need to live? Are you making excess? Are you not quite bridging that gap? Are you working in a way that does not delight you in order to make enough money to live on? How would you like that to be different in the next academic year, the next orchestra season, in the next year or two of your life? What might you work towards, and how can you start thinking about that this summer? How are you using your time now? In what ways are other people dictating your time management to you? In what ways are you filled with obligation to show up for other people, to show up for other people's agendas, to show up in ways that you are not enjoying? In what ways would you like your time to be spent? Sometimes I like to think about my circadian rhythms as they flow through the day. How does my own 24-hour clock work best for me? When am I most creative? When am I best at reacting and connecting? When am I best at just getting busy work done? And how could I use this summer to experiment, to explore what a change of my daily schedule or my monthly schedule might look like? How could I use this summer to build a different structure for myself? And finally, of course, not at all least, is the pillar of artistic fulfillment. What do I want to be doing with my creativity, with my talent, with my skill? What are my bucket list pieces, my bucket list projects? What have I been thinking about but never quite getting off the ground? What kinds of structures could I put into place this summer to get started on those projects? Or what networking could I do to make it more likely that in the next few years, these kinds of projects will come my way? How can I set myself up for success and set myself up to have more of my artistic goals met? Or how can I create them for myself? If your bucket list goal is a chamber music work, and you know the other human beings who might make that chamber music with you, could you just do that? Is that a thing you could do with your change of pace this summer? There are so many possibilities. Possibilities for you, possibilities that benefit your students, your colleagues, your community, the area around you. And some of those are things that you could just do by sitting down and doing them. Some of those are things that you could develop for yourself if you just had time, and maybe you have time this summer. So if you are not registered for my workshop, please register for my workshop. If you don't care anything about my workshop, that's fine too. But please, I want you to think about how you can use the upcoming summer to create on the other side the career you want. I hope that this has been helpful. I hope it has been thought-provoking. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. Of course, leave me a nice review for Crushing Classical, or leave me a comment below this video if you're watching on YouTube, and let me know what you think, and let me know what you are trying to build. If you need to reach me to order a copy of my book, The Happiest Musician, to ask me a question that I could respond to in a future Happiest Musician Minisode, or if you wanted to reach out and get on a discovery call to talk about what coaching with me might look like, you can find all of that at my website, jennetingle.com. Thank you so much for watching and for listening. Have a great day.